Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and welcome back to another video. If you're not a part of the Quality Crafts community, we want to encourage you to join over at Facebook at the Quality Crafts group. And as soon as, if you're watching this live, as soon as the moderators come in, you can, you'll know who they are because they're in bright blue, and they'll be starting to put out some links so that you can find your way there easily. Otherwise, just look under Koala, as in the bear, Koala, capital T, Crafts with a C, and you'll be able to find that. The store is also qualitycrafts.com, and if you're watching this archived and you want to skip through all of the chat in the beginning, feel free to do so. Grab your toggle and move it over. We start at 5 minutes after the hour, and it's about 1 minute till, so I have time to chat with the community of crafters that comes in here for the live chat. And we're going to be doing today Doodle in a Digi, which is also known as Zentangle or Zentangling, which is creating your own unique designs and things inside of like a wide space stamp or digital image. Now, if you don't have stamps that have wide spaces, such as these four that I've got right here, you can purchase these 4 bug digis at my store. qualitycrafts.com, and then up in the right hand corner click on store. Give it a moment for all the categories to generate, and go to the bottom right hand corner and click on bug digis. Otherwise, you can go to the Digi bundles and get the whole bundle for just $5. Individually, they're $1.99 a piece. So if you want to do the exact ones that we're doing today, you can find them there. Otherwise, if you've got stamps that have wide spaces, use those. Those are awesome. So in the suggested supplies, we've got suggested supplies for those of you who are actually using physical stamps. And then we've got the other suggested supplies for the things that we're using today, such as our pens and our markers, which I'll pull out in just a moment. So I'm so glad that you came. This is what we're doing today. It's going to be super fun. Kind of a laid back one. I'm not going to be like teaching a lot, just kind of sharing some of my ideas with you, and hopefully you'll come up and spark some ideas of your own, and you'll be able to do this and do some really cool things to make your stamps uniquely your own so that they're different and no one else will have one. So I want to say hi to Michelle Williams and Satomi, Linda, Eva, Raggedy Girl, Linda, Christy Essen, Pam, thank you so much, Pam, for letting me know that's you. Deborah, and who else am I missing? Thank you, Penny, for coming. She's a moderator. She's in blue. Janine, I think I missed you on the first time around. Deborah. And Krissa is here, all the way from Greece. That's so awesome. Welcome, and thanks for coming. Hi, Heidi. So anyone who comes in the live, I try to greet you guys. Sometimes I get totally involved in what I'm doing and I don't get a chance to say hello to everyone, but as you become a more and more prominent community member and you're popping in and out of the lives, I'll try to hit every single one of you. Hi Tammy and Tarita. Oh, thank you so much. Hearts to you too, girls. She said you make my day. That's so cool. And Malia, hello. So we're gonna basically doodle in a digi today. We're gonna use Zentangle kind of ideas, and we're going to Zentangle all 4 of these. Hopefully all 4. I think we should get all 4 done in an hour. And I'm starting to get sore throat here and sore ear on my left side. So if we get done a little bit early, I think I'm just going to pop off a little bit early, and hope you guys can forgive me for that. It is Thursday though, so another live stream event is coming up on Sunday at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I hope you'll join me then. We do 10-minute cards where people send in an envelope full of stuff that we have no idea what's in it, and I set the timer and I do a card from beginning to end in just 10 minutes. So thanks, Penny, for mentioning that. If you want to get my attention in the live chat, best thing to do is to type in all caps. Second thing you can do is put the little @ symbol and then my name, Jen space Evers, and it'll pop up in orange for me, and that's how I saw the one that Penny sent out. Or you can do what's called the super chat, which is right underneath where you type in your little message. There's a smiley face and then a little $sign. And if you click the $sign, you can do a one-time pledge to the channel, which I totally appreciate anytime that you can do that. That just keeps my channel going so that I can be continually doing new content for you and having all 3 of the videos every single week on an ongoing basis. So thank you guys for that. Anytime you use that, that's called the super chat. That will pop up a big like blue or tealish box that everyone will be able to see, and that'll stay up a little bit longer. And so I'll be able to see that. Hi, Jane. So nice to see you. And Linda. I know, right? Sometimes I get these little funky little ear, throat things, and they go away after a couple of days, and I'm okay. So let's just hope that that's just kind of my body getting used to things. I'm in a totally different building, however, so who knows? Germs might be a little different than where I was at before. You just never know. So yes, we're going to be using a bunch of different ones. We've got about 2 minutes left, so I just want to say, make sure that you jump over to the blog today. If you haven't already entered our blog challenges, you can win free digis if you do so. So there's always, if you're a part of the Patreon group, which is you go to patreon.com/koalitycrafts to find my specific Patreon and you pledge there, there will be a separate group drawing from just the patrons that enter, and then there'll be a separate drawing for free digis for the general public, anybody that wants to come in and join that challenge, and it's monthly. So there's 3 different themes, like it might be use yellow in it, use a balloon in it, or make it a birthday card. So it'll be 3 ideas. You just pick one of those ideas and run with it. Doesn't matter what kind of project you make, but please don't backlink. It should be a brand new project. And then enter that using a permalink from your blog to my blog. Now, I know some of you guys are going to say, but I don't have a blog, Jen. I'm not a blogger. You don't necessarily need one. You can come over to Koality Crafts and we'll teach you how to enter that by using another type of place where you can put your picture really super simply, like Photo Bucket or something like that, and then pop it onto the blog. Easy peasy, anyone can do it. We'll show you how. So to get that information, you just need to get into the group and just put in there that you're looking for that information if you can't find it, and we'll help you find it. Totally helpful, friendly people over there. Commitment and drama free in our group, so we would love to have you. Koality Crafts, what is it? Facebook, type in Koality Crafts and you can find that there. We'll be using some markers today that I have. I have the 48, but I think I've linked you to the 56 for like $1 more. You can get 56 markers instead of the 48, which I think is a way better deal. And they're exact same markers as what I have. There's just more in it. So this is the, we're going to start right now because it's 6:05, but I just want to show you the markers before we begin. This is the 48 set, but now they have it 56. So it's like $28.99 for all 48, but it's like $29.99, $1 more for 56. So you might as well go for the 56. These are super awesome markers. They have a special place on my desk because I love them so much. Because one end is a brush end like that, big brush end, super cool. And then the other one is, look, a teeny tiny, like ballpoint or like Bic, super fine. And so that makes these super fun for coloring and doing this doodle or Zentangle kind of idea that we're doing today because of the way these markers are set up. So the other markers that we might use today are some of these Zig pens, which this is a 05. It says right here on the end, real tiny. And this one is also a 05. Looks like they're both the same. They also say on the ends here, 0505. I do like the 05s a lot, but you can also go for the Artist Pitt pens, which is what this one is. These are Faber-Castell Artist Pitt pens. They come in like extra small, small, medium, and the B stands, oops, I'm out of frame. Sorry about that. I'll do it again. Like small, extra small, and the B stands for brush. So there's a brush tip on that one as well for just black. It's a teeny tiny brush tip. These are the same. These are the micron pens that people are always talking about. They actually say micron. So like this one is a 02 and the 05. And I'm just going to pull these out really quick and show you the ends. You can see on the ends that they're all different sizes. So there's a 05, 02, 005, which is super, super tiny, a 08, a 01, and a 03. So they, they go up in order, which is nice to have these around in case you want to do some really teeny tiny itty bitty Zentangles, or you want to make some little wider ones. Now, I use the 0.5 generally, but you can do all that kind of stuff in different things. Hi, Jill. And John Prince and Ashley. No problem. You're not late. We're just getting started. So I talked about all the products first so that you guys would know what we're using. black markers right here, and I'm going to start out using my Zig 05. And let's just go ahead and, I think I'm just going to cut these apart real quick. I think they'll be easier. But like I said, if you want, you can use any stamps you guys have at home, any digis you have that have a lot of wide space here. I'm going to 5.5. Actually, I'm not going to go to 5.5. I'm just going to see visually how these kind of go in half here, so I don't cut one off too short, too long. If you don't have a stamp that has a lot of white space, that's why I created this bug set. I thought it would be super fun. And if you've looked at any of the posts that are on Quality Crafts or in the Patreon group or anything like that, you're going to see these also in the store. In the bottom right-hand corner or the upper right-hand corner, the picture of the Digi and then a picture of it colored. And I purposely Zentangled these or doodled in a Digi on those so you can see it in the store what they look like when they're all put together. Hey Dee, welcome. Just back from the grocery store, huh? Hope you got something good. So I'm just going to go ahead and start doing some things. Now, you can do whatever you want. Like if you want to make this a real bug, you can like split his wings and do fun, fancy things like that. But I'm going to start right off just making some circles. And like I said, I have the 05. It doesn't, you know, if you want to go around it a couple of times and make it darker. I'm just randomly doing circles. Let me go ahead and just bring you in a little bit more so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Hopefully it doesn't get too blurry. Let me know if that's not clear. So here I am just making circles. If they don't match up exactly, I just color in some of it with just the black marker, just to close in the gaps in case I have one. So there's a gap. You know, they're all different sizes, so they're not all going to be the same, and that's all right. We maybe want to do a couple of little ones. So start off, if you're not really sure like what you want to do, start off with something super simple, like some simple shapes, like triangles, squares, rectangles, the little teeny circles like what I'm doing, straight lines, jagged lines, things that are super, super easy that come easily to you until you get your feet wet, and then it starts, spiraling out and you get more and more ideas. And then the fun thing is that we've all these little tiny itty bitty things that we can color with these fantastic markers that we have on the side here. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch up, and I'm just going to take from these two corners and just make some lines that come up and go right into that grouping. You can do any sort of Zentangle, and every single time I do it different. So it really does not matter how you do it. It's super fun to do, and it's relaxing. So that's like totally different than anything I've done before. Right? I didn't even know I could draw digis until somebody said, yeah, you could do it. Just try it out. So in this one up here, I think I'm going to just do like some half ovals here, because that's just kind of what it's telling me, and I'm going to fill in the parts that aren't ovaled. Gosh darn, my throat is bothering me. I'm going to try not to talk too much. I'm just going to fill in there a little bit more with the dark black. So that looks kind of cool, and then we can color those in when we're done. Right now I'm just going to work on like filling this in and that kind of thing. Never ever say I can't. Just try, and if that doesn't work out, try it again. That's what we tell the kids in school, right? So why should it be any different for us? Cheers, guys. Thanks for being here. All right. Then, let's see, what do I want to do here? I'm going to switch to another. I'm going to go to a 08, which is a little bit bigger because this is a bigger, like a little bigger spot, and I'll think what I want to do. Now, here's something that I want to share with you, and I'm hoping this turns out well, because I've never done this before, but I want to screen share with you, so I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to share my screen, And so now you're seeing me seeing me. We're going to skip to this. So when you're looking for ideas, I'm not going to be able to give you all the ideas in the world, but Google is your best friend. If you ever have a question, before you type it into Facebook, type it into Google and look it up, because you're going to get a plethora of information from here that you probably never even knew existed. And I'm just going to type in here Zentangle and press enter and see what we get. Now here's a whole bunch of images here, so I'm going to go up to the top. Right now it's under all because that's highlighted blue. I'm just going to move over one to this word right here that says images and click images. And it's going to bring up, look at that, fantastic ideas for Zentangle. So cool. So any of these big blocked areas right here and here and here, if you click on them, it'll make it bigger. It'll be much bigger on your screen, obviously. And then you can look at these and go, oh, well, that's something I could do. I could get my ruler out and do straight lines. Or this, I can do this chevron or maybe this squiggly line on my own. Or a crisscross or dots, and just, you know, keep looking around, scroll up and down. Like, look, here's one that was done. That's fabulous. Take one little area at a time. This one has a lot of really cool ideas. Some of them I look at still and I think, wow, that looks really difficult. So I'm just going to pick one that I think I can handle, that I think would turn out really well for what I have. So like this one right here would work, or this one right here I could probably do. But I just wanted to show you that because these are the things that you should probably be looking for. And try the ones that look really simple first and then branch out. So I'm going to do some of those funky little, like, I don't know what you call them, like little plant things coming from the outside, and bring them down. And do a couple of these on the inside of my bug. Why? Because I find them fascinating. If you don't, then you would choose something that interests you. So I think that's really fun, and I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple. That looks really neat. And then maybe I want to like corner this off by just making a line. So now I've got, you know, like 3 different areas that look really, really different, and I still have a big space here that I can play around with. So I can go back over, I still have my Zentangle screen up, and if you can double duty on your time, you can pull up a Zentangle screen and look at some different things that are on there and do some stuff that looks like something that you could do. There's this one that goes up and there's little dots on it. I like that, but I'm feeling like I'm not really going to want to color that, so I'm going to look for something else. And stripes is something that really looks cool. So I'm going to go ahead and make some stripes here. Stripes are something that pretty much everyone can do. You just draw a couple lines, like mine are coming together at the top. I think that looks really cool. I didn't plan that out, it just happened, so I'm going to make it happen again. And then always leave some white space and some black space, because I really feel like that balances things out. Of course, you can always do just straight black and white, and that looks super cool too. So I'm going to go ahead and take another little line going up the side here of each one and fill that in completely black to make it look like maybe there's kind of a shadow there. And these are things that you can use, like tips and tricks that you can use in your adult coloring books too, if you want to make the image uniquely your own so it doesn't look like everybody else's. But if you're using a stamp or you're using a Digi, then, and I need to get back so I can see what you guys are chatting about. Hey, Polly. Hi, Ashley and Monica. Who else did I miss? Oh, Ashley's 10-year-old son is watching and says, hey, glad to see you. This is something you could do too. So if you're using a stamp or a Digi, doesn't matter. You can make it uniquely your own too by doing this. Anyone can doodle. This is super fun and super relaxing, I think. So if you're not into doing this on your own, if you want to get like an adult coloring book, or heck, I'll even color in a kid's coloring book, I don't really mind. You can make you could just color in the Zentangles that they've already got there for you. That's super huge right now. But I just think it's really fun for everyone to like just reach out and, you know, branch out and do some of this stuff on your own. So I'm just going to do one more like darkened black line on the edge of each side. So I think that looks really cool. So do what makes you feel good. Do what makes your, when you look at it, you go, wow, that's cool. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It matters what you think. It's your art. I'm going to go, well, as long as I've got the point, the 0.8 here, I'm going to go ahead and add some more dark lines around some of this too. Kind of on one side to make it look more like there's a shadow, because eventually here I'm going to be coloring in. Now, I didn't bother with these pens that I've used to check the color fastness, which means if I get my marker too close to this, it might bleed. So I'm just going to really be careful with it, and if it does bleed, well then we'll all know not to color too close to it, or maybe to give it a lot of time to dry. That looks really cool. I think I'm going to add some just to the top too. Make those lines just a little bit darker. So remember, the higher the number, the thicker the line, the thicker of the tip of the marker. And I'm using a 0.8 right now, which is a pretty thick one. Okay, there we go. There's our bug. Yeah, a lot of people that are doing stuff, gaming and whatnot and whatever, they're pre-recorded, so you don't get any feedback. But I really do. I like live stream because I can talk to you guys. Your classmates that buy or trade for your school doodles, that's fun. So when I was in grade school, we used to cut out from the magazines at my grandma's house, like almost every single page had these teeny tiny, like literally they were this big, teeny tiny little pictures of like Visa cards and American Express cards showing that you could use your credit to purchase from their stores. And so we would cut out those teeny tiny things and we would make teeny tiny wallets to put the little credit cards in because it was so much fun. And then we had a little boy, he probably had a crush on us, who knows, but it was grade school. And he would buy them for a nickel because he thought they were so great. Or maybe he just really liked us. I don't know, but that was super fun. That was like the earliest like art form I can think of that we just got such a kick out of. So let's go ahead and color this one because we've got 3 more that we can play with Zentangles. And now is the part where you can just have fun and pick whatever colors you like and bring this guy to life. So, pardon me. So, I just want to say about these markers that I'm using. These are water-based markers. You may be able to get a little bit of a blend maybe sort of with these, but they're not meant for blending. They are just meant for coloring things in. So the more you go over it, the more it's going to pill the paper and the deeper the color is going to get. So you're going to get those funny lines if you're coloring big spaces, but we're coloring little spaces. So if you just make one smooth swipe over something, you're not going to get a lot of lines. But you're going to see how that looks as we continue on with this color. So I'm going to use this dark red to do these inner smaller lines so that I can start, I think I'll start in the corner and then just press down harder with the brush so that it covers the whole thing in one smooth swipe. You don't have to do that, but the more you go over it, like I said, the more lines you're going to see. Can you see where I touched it twice right there? The one looks lighter and one looks darker. That's what I'm talking about. So if you have smaller areas that you can go over with just one swipe, that's even better. And then you can just take that teeny tiny brush tip and fill that in. So the harder you push on the brush tip, the wider the brush spreads out. And then you can get those filled in. Looks like I missed just a little bit right there. There. That looks really cool. That's making me want to put blue at the top. Red, white, and blue. I don't know about you, but I'm just going to go ahead and pick a blue and add some blue in there. Have fun with it. Just, you know, make it really super cool. Colored pencils would work great. Yes, thanks for the idea, Polly. Absolutely. Whatever you have on hand. Watercoloring works beautiful for this kind of stuff too. Whatever you're comfortable working with. There are no rules to this. For sure. That looks really neat. And because these kind of like planty looking, I really want to do like a green down here. I am in love with the color olive green, so I'm going to pick the marker that I think looks the most like olive green, which sometimes it's hard to tell, so let me just grab a piece of scratch paper from up top here. There's Bee the Bee. Bee the Bee has been flying around my desk today. You can find her in the shop too. I think I just did a video on her. Oh my gosh, so much fun stuff coming out. Somebody asked for, it will do requests too for Digis in the store if you're looking for something specific. Somebody asked for a hummingbird, and I thought, I can't draw a hummingbird. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I just need to give it a shot. This one's more of a lime green. Just testing it out on the paper here. And here you can see, like, if I do a thick line and I do a line over a line, that's where you start getting the lined look. Do you see what I'm saying? But if we're coloring in, the black's not bleeding. So these are really good markers for that, right? The Pitt Artist Pen and the Microns. Those are the ones that we use. So these are the two sets of markers. These are the Artist, what is it called? Faber-Castell, that's the brand. Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen. And you get them in sets like this. I'm pretty sure these are linked. If they're not linked in the description box below and you're looking for either the Faber-Castell or the Microns, they are linked in the store under the Amazon link. So qualitycrafts.com, upper right hand corner, click on store. Give it a moment to populate all those categories and scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll find markers and pens down there. So let's move this guy back in here. I'm going to use this lime green because I think it's really pretty. Now this is a wider spot here, so I'm probably going to get some lines, but that's okay. You won't notice them as much, mainly because this is a smaller image. Oh, there the black bled just a little bit. Not bad though. Probably won't even notice it, but I like that green. And then if you want to, you can go over the top of it. I think you guys should all raise your hands if you stick your tongue out while you draw. I have. I don't always do it, but I have. So I'm going to take a little bit of a dark green here, and I'm going to dark green around each one of these guys, right over the top of my light green, just to see what kind of look I get here. Sounds kind of fun. I don't know if you can hear Liney. He's just been crying all night, and I've just got such a headache from it. I put him in the back bedroom. I can hear him. Nyoka says, LOL, Donna, were you watching me? Do we got view of vision here that we can see what everyone's doing? What other colors do I want to do here? This is so much fun. Oh, let's see. You know what? I'm thinking a bright screaming yellow with that red. Why not? Ketchup and mustard. So if you're watching us live and you're wondering where that store is and you can't find it, there's a link directly right in the live chat right now that Penny's put in. Thanks, Penny. I'm just going to go straight up. Now, remember when I said in the beginning, leave some white and make some black for balance? I'm not going to color this whole thing in with yellow. I'm going to leave some white for balance. Look at that. Oh, that's really hard to see with this lighting because that is such a bright yellow. That's like fluorescent yellow. Wow, it looks like a light yellow on your end, but on my end it's like, ooh, eye-blinding yellow. All right. I'm thinking orange for the top, so let's pick a nice orange. This is almost a fluorescent orange too. Look at this one. They don't have names on them, but they have these two bright caps on the end, so you can't miss the color for sure. And I'm gonna color in, but I'm not gonna color in all the way. I'm gonna leave a little white. I don't know if you can tell that from your end. There you go. I'm gonna leave a little white there. Why not? And then because I want this to kind of match throughout, I'm gonna put just a little bit of orange on the edge of my yellow. And this is going to pull it all together so like there's some orange through the whole thing. So it looks like it's supposed to be there. Oh, there's not going to be much orange on that side. Just a tad. And then I'm going to do orange down the legs. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to do like half the leg, but sometimes little spaces. I printed these pretty big. 4 by 6 maybe? Can't remember. I did 4 to a sheet. But that looks pretty cool. I think I want something different on the legs though, so I'm going to bring in back in a 0.5 and just do some little dots. Because I feel like the legs need a little something, a little dressing up. So I'm making some larger dots, and then I'm just dotting to the end. Larger dots in the beginning, and then just small dots to the end. It makes the legs stand out a little bit more. You can also do that with color. If you don't feel confident doing a lot of like freehand drawing, just fill in different colors to make it stand out. So that looks cool. Now let's see, what do I want to do with those? I am not sure. So sometimes with art, you just can't like finish a whole project, or maybe you just decide like, I'm just not really sure where I want to go from there. So I might set it aside and look at it for a while. I might fill these in black later. I'm not really sure. Makes the legs look hairy. That's cool. You actually could make them hairy. Let's pull out one of those smaller ones. I love that idea, Naoka. Let's pull out, I'm going to pull out the 0.05 just so you can get a gist of what that actually looks like. How really, I'm going to turn on the autofocus just for a moment here. It zooms in and out all the time, which is why I don't have it on all the time. I'm hoping I can get this to adjust. The camera is really finicky sometimes. Plus I have it in. Oh, it almost worked. It's so hard to see. Okay, so let's just turn that off for a second. And I'm going to show you just how skinny that is. I'm going to make some actual hair on his legs. Can you see how tiny that is? That's a 0.05. Okay, oops, this way. 0.05. Super duper tiny. Look how teeny tiny all those little hairs are. So let's just go ahead and add hairs to all of them. That's just absolutely incredible how teeny tiny they can make these pens. So super fun. Hope you can see that. So have fun, you know, do skinny lines, do fat lines, mix it up. Now he's very hairy. So super tiny. I just love that. Okay, so let's switch this guy out. That was the beetle. He almost looks 3D. We could put a shadow on him. Let's put a shadow on him before we go. I think that would be really fun. Let's go ahead and just shadow him down one side. So I'm using a really dark gray. And right now I'm using an alcohol marker. This is an alcohol-based marker by Ohuhu. If you're looking for these, you can totally find these in the store. I love them. Totally, totally love them. And they're so inexpensive. If anybody wants to try out alcohol markers before like investing in Copics and stuff, go ahead and try these. You will not regret it. They're about 50 cents a marker. I think I'm going to go underneath his legs too and make them pop. Can still totally see the dark black hairs through that gray. So don't think I'm covering up my work. I'm not. They still really stick out. But look at the bug now with the gray around them. I really like that. And we can see if I can find another gray that's not quite as dark. Not as dark as that one. Maybe this one. What's this one? What color is this? Oh, that's more like purple. I don't want to use purple. Let's use this one. Let's check it out. Oh, that's still kind of a dark. Yeah, I'll skip it. I don't really have a super light gray around me right now, but he really pops with the gray around him. You can get the same kind of look if you put a light blue around an image. It just looks so cool. I love that one. Okay, so let's set this one aside and get going on another one. The other one, this one has a lot of wide spaces on it, and I really do like the bee for that too. I have another idea to do with this one that I'll probably do in another video. So stick around. Maybe next week we'll do something with that one. I'm going to go back to my Zig marker. It doesn't really matter which ones I use. I have an 05 in both of these. So this one's the micron. Let's just try micron. This is a 05. And go ahead and decide, like, what do we want to do for each one of these things. Now, I really, really like the circles. And, but we can do chevron and different kind of wavy stuff. So let's go ahead and try a chevron on this one. It's just, chevron is nothing more than just an up-down pattern. Hills and valleys, or what do they call that? Mountains and valleys? Peaks and valleys? So up and down and just follow. With the second line just follows the first line. Just a little distance away, and that's it. So there we've got one wing that's got chevrons on. Now you can make that chevron pattern go all the way through this. Like I could add more and more and more and more lines, and so it's completely full. But I'm not going to fill that in because I want to put some more color in here. Although we could even do lines going out. That would look super cool. Actually, that would look super cool. Maybe we want to do that. Let's go ahead and do a couple lines. So I'm going to pretend this line is continuing to go out all the way through that wing. Do you see that? And we'll just do two. One there and one here. And so you're just going to pretend like that line went all the way through the wing. And now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 different spaces that we can color within that. And it looks like the chevrons went over the top of like an already made out wing, which looks really, really cool. A zigzag. Thank you so much, Pam. That's another idea. Okay, so I guess these do snap on the end so you don't lose your cover. I definitely need a drink, so cheers to you guys. Thanks for joining me for this Doodle and a Digi, this Zentangle super fun idea for coloring in and just kind of making your stamps and your Digis look really super uniquely your own and cool. All right. Now, if you want matchy-matchy, you could do that on the other side, or maybe that one on that side, and then make these two the same, whatever you want to do. But I want to try something else. I want to do like some kind of like circular, what do you call like a spiral kind of a deal. So I'm going to start from the outside, and I'm going to spiral in, and then I'm going to follow that line back out. I'm going to find another spot. And I'm going to spiral that one in, and then I'm going to follow that line back out. And that I'm just going to like do this through the whole thing. wherever, as far as I have room. Oh. And maybe I only have room for a little curl there, so then I only do a little curl. And then this one's gonna go way out there. Whoa. You want to make sure that you're not bumping into another one. That's the hard part. But that's it. Oh gosh, I was totally out of frame. I'm sorry, I went up too high. Maybe I'll do that one again. Let me know if you guys want to see this one again. I didn't realize I had shoved the paper out. I want to remain in, you know, in close enough that you're not wondering, like, what is she doing? That pen's behind her fingers. That's frustrating. I apologize. So let me go ahead and make sure that I'm staying in this frame. And we'll do something different on here. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my Zentangles that I pulled up and see if there's anything in there that kind of interests me that goes, wow, that would look really cool. I'm going to pop up another one. Some of these are really, they look like super hard. So I don't want to do any that are going to be super duper hard. But there are some that are so insanely cool that I hope you guys do try them. That one looks really cool. It's almost like this one, but it kind of spirals out from the middle. I want, just for this purposes, for the fact that some of you guys might be beginners, I'm trying to keep it so that when we color it in, it's really simple and easy. But those of you who are like intermediate advanced and you're like, oh yeah, I got this. I can totally crush this on my own. Go for it and like get really crazy. Like some people can do things that look like things are interwoven and completely 3D. And I am just in awe. Now, if I practiced, I could totally do that. If you practice, you could totally do that. Some of you guys are probably already practiced at it and you're amazing at it. And that's what I want to see over in the Quality Crafts group. So when I'm done here, I will go over to the Quality Crafts community group on Facebook, and I will set up an album for this, and I want to see you guys sharing in there so that we can see what else is out there. We want to see what other talent is out there so we know what we can aspire to, or we know what we can take from and learn from so that we can get better, and that's the way we grow as a community. So jump on over there and make sure that when you do, that you answer the 3 entrance questions. So as soon as you say, yeah, I want to be in the group, and you click on it, it's going to immediately pop up and ask you 3 questions. If it doesn't, then you're either on a phone or a tablet or something that something went wonky. We're going to send you a reminder that says, hey, don't forget to answer the 3 questions, and you'll get another chance. If you just don't answer, you don't respond, then we're just going to decline, and then you'll have to try to get in again. So don't let that happen to you. Just answer the 3 questions and we'll get you in as quick as we can. So there's like, waves and all kinds of stuff on here. Let me go back and see what you guys are saying if you want to see that one done again. I was out of camera. Yes, do you want me to see that one go again for this one? Thanks, Julie, so much. You guys, if you're having a good time and you enjoy this type of stuff, go ahead and click the like button, the thumbs up. That tells YouTube that this is something that you guys enjoy, and so then I'll be bumped up a little bit higher so that my videos get more recognition. Thanks, Heidi, so much. Have a great night. I see that Ashley said, Hunter said he doesn't know what you mean, but I don't know if you're talking to me or if you're talking to someone in chat, so I'll wait until that's clarified. I would love to answer his question if it's directed at me. So let's go ahead and do some really simple circle ones. So we're going to I'm pretending like my circle's going off that one, and then I'm going to make another circle on the inside like that. Almost looks like Swiss cheese or like an olive kind of deal. And it looks even cooler if your circles aren't perfect. So don't worry about that. And if you do them towards the edge, that makes it look even more realistic. I think I'll do one more in the middle there, and that's good enough. Super fun. That one's really cool. Okay, thanks, Penny. Thanks for clarifying. All right, so we've got one more wing that we can play around with. So let's go ahead and do something a little bit different. How about some, let me just take another look. I'm thinking wavy lines, like they've got some like totally wavy lines. Or maybe some box lines, because I haven't done that. There's some other really cool ones that I thought would be really fun. Let's try that. They're like raindrops, sorta, like extended raindrops. Almost like the little things that you would see inside of like a bow. And so then they just keep coming out and then going together again. I don't know, I'm just making this up. You guys make yours up too. It doesn't have to be perfect. That looks kind of cool. Let's just go ahead and start making them bigger. And just put them down right in the middle of each other. That looks really neat. Don't be afraid to like experiment with stuff. It doesn't have to be something anyone else has done. Like this, I started doing this thinking I was doing one that I saw online, and then I ended up to be really totally different. And I love it. What a cool pattern. I didn't see that one, but it looks really neat here. Oh, okay, well, rewind is your friend. So rewind and you can see the gray. Otherwise, I might do the gray on this one too if you guys really like that idea. Or maybe we can surround this one in blue because that looks really neat too. But let's go ahead and do like some stripes and stuff on his body. And I'm going to do some thick black striping here. That'll make his little body stick out. I think that's really fun. And then maybe some like diagonal. That looks cool. And then maybe up here, let's see. Maybe I want to do some circles again. Because the circles are like something that I find fascinating. I like the way they look on everything. I'm going to fill this whole guy in with circles. And yes, I'm in frame. Hey, I'm in frame. They are still working on the road outside our house, so I didn't even mention it in last night's video, but I probably should have. I don't know if they stopped for just 10 minutes or I didn't hear them. They are really digging it up now, so hopefully we're getting to the end. So like they did on the last one, I'm going to leave his head alone for a minute because I'm not really sure what I want to do with that, and that's okay. I don't have to have the answers to everything right now. I'm going to pick back out the, because we were using a 05, I'm going to pick back out the 08 because that's a little bit thicker. You could even pick out the brush pen if you wanted to, and I'm going to make some of these things a little bit darker. So I think I'm going to darken in some of these circles. So that looks cool. I can hear that dump truck outside just a banging down the road. That looks pretty cool. Oh, hey, Elise, better late than ever. Yeah, no, you've got time. We probably won't get too much colored in here because I've been having so much fun just doing the Zentangle part. But I've watched other people do Zentangle art too, and it's just so much fun. It's just so cool. See what other people come up with. Because all of our brains react differently. Like I said, I was just trying to copy somebody else's idea off the internet where we did our little Google search. And it turned out completely different, and I still loved it. No, if you say, you know, this is not for me, I don't really want to do more dark black, then don't do dark black, and you don't have to. I like the difference in the thicknesses of the lines. I think it really plays on the eye really well. And then I'm going to probably color this one in. We might only have time for these two today because I'm getting sore from talking, and we've only got about 10 minutes left. So I think we'll do some coloring on this one. And if this is something that you really enjoy, then I would be happy to pop out a whole bunch of new ideas and stuff and do some more Zentangling with you on another time. Just let me know in the comments below if that's something that you're interested in. And I'm just going to color these up just a little bit. Not all the way up. Just a little bit with the black coming out there. I don't know, I just think that looks really cool. I was like, yes, color that in. That looks so neat. All right, let's pick some fun colors. Pink is screaming at me, so I think I need to do pink in here. And I am just going to go over and over. This is going to end up super duper dark. So like in the other one we did like a couple of like single brush strokes. This time I'm kind of going over a couple of different times, so it's going to be really dark. You do whatever makes you happy. With whatever media, what would I say that? How would I say that? Media that you have. So if you've got colored pencils, you might be coloring a little bit differently. Maybe you're using a blender pen, or maybe you're using Gamsol or baby oil with your colored pencils, or maybe you're using your Spectrum Noir or your Copics. So let me just show you one more time what markers I'm using since we're in so close. These are the markers that I'm using. They're 48. And they're a brush tip, big brush tip like I'm using now, and a super fine, teeny tiny tip on this end. And these are the ones that I recommend. I super love them. So for $1 more than I got for this set, which was, I think I paid like $35 for mine, but now they're a little bit less. So I think it's like $29.99 and you get 56 colors. So if I were you, I would go for the 56er for $1 more, because then you get more colors. And I tend to use a three grip, but sometimes I change my grip a little bit depending on, I don't know if you guys even notice that, but I do try to watch the camera so that my fingers aren't in front of everything I'm coloring, because that gets kind of boring if you can't see what's going on. But usually I use my 3-finger grip because that's what they teach at our schools. Liney hair. That's a pretty pink. I'm going to leave that white there because that white stands out. Hey, Elizabeth. So Jane Brown says, yes, would like more of this type of thing. Let's do a purple. I want to color in some of these stripes that are coming through here. So I'm going to do a dark purple on the top of this stripe. Going all the way out. Trying to go about halfway. Not that it really matters, but. And I'm going to try to find a lighter purple and put the light purple on the other side. So it'll kind of look like we blended it together even though we didn't. That's cool. Let's see if we can do that with another color, like maybe a dark blue and a light blue. There's a light blue. There's a darker blue. Start out with the dark blue. Try to do about half again. And then come back in with the light blue. You can do it vice versa. I don't think that because we're coloring on paper and these are water-based markers, that's going to be an issue with getting the dark on the light. It's not going to happen. It's not going to wreck your marker. So don't worry about starting with the light versus the dark. That looks really neat. Let's do this on the other side just so that it kind of all blends out together. Oh my goodness, the 56 pens are now only $25.99. Whoa! Guys, go get them now while they're on sale. Dang, that's a good price. I might actually go and get the 56 one now that you mention it. Shoot. Because that's more than what I have. I'm hoping that they have more yellow too. That's cool. That's really pretty. What do you guys think of that? That's really neat. I'm going to leave the white on there too because look at that white pop now. So cool. This one is screaming yellow at me too. But I don't really specifically like the yellow that I have, that really super bright yellow. So I'm going to bring in one of my little ohuhu markers here, which is alcohol based. Doesn't matter. And I'm just going to color this one in. Because I don't know, my brain just went, this needs to be yellow. Where are we at for time? We got about 6 minutes left. Very little cleanup with this. This is something that you can take anywhere and everywhere. So if you've got holiday get-togethers coming up, get yourself some markers and some paper. Print yourself off some of these Digis and bring them with you. It's something that is super portable. And then you've got something to do in the down times when you're with your family. I mean, obviously you want to chat with your family and get caught up and stuff, but sometimes when you're traveling, you just need something, you know, maybe at night. When you're done with stuff and you're just relaxing and you just want to sit and color. I'm just kind of blending this out. So you can use alcohol markers like I'm doing here. Or you can see where that lighter yellow and that darker yellow one. Yeah, that one's really cool, isn't it, Deb? Thank you so much. And let's do one more. Let's fill this one in a little bit. What should we do with that one? I've got even another kind of a purpley pink here. It's kind of in the middle of the purple, not quite purple, not quite pink. I gotta remember to put my markers back in, otherwise I forget where they came from. And let's just do some of these too. You can use the colors also to Zentangle inside of a Zentangle, which is pretty crazy. You can color doodle inside of a doodle. So all I'm doing is I'm just skipping some of it and leaving it white. Totally what makes me happy, so if that's not something that you like, you can just skip that. Color it all straight in if that's what you want. I'm not being super careful, so obviously I'm going out of the lines just a tad bit. But I want to make sure that we have a little bit more of this color before I go. So if you went a little bit slower, you won't be as sloppy as me. But that looks really cool. Super cool! Oh, I should have done some green. Shoot. Next time. Oh, you know what? I can add some green here. Somebody said green. Who was that? Pam. Green for you, Pam. So let's go ahead and use this other side that I haven't used, this teeny tiny side here, and add some green on this side. Because I don't want to cover in that whole thing. But if I just scribble here a little bit around the edge, we can get some green in on with this yellow. That looks cool. What a great idea, Pam. Thank you. Look at that. He's flying away. These are super fun. Let me bring in the other one that we did so that we can wrap up our video for tonight. So if you want to get these bug ones, if these are ones that you looked at and went, wow, that would be really cool. I totally want to do what Miss Jen Evers did tonight. And you want to try the bug collection. You can get all 4 of these for $5 in the bundle. Otherwise, they're $1.99 a piece if you buy them individual. So let me just bring them all in here. This one would be really fun to do live. Maybe we can do another one and do that one live next week. But look at those. They turn out so cool. And these markers are super vivid. And if you're looking for the markers, again, these are also linked. One of these sets is linked below for sure in the description box if you want to quick. And the other ones are linked. So Elise says, as we're closing, can we mix alcohol markers with water-based markers? I don't see why not. Let me go ahead and just pull this out here. They won't blend, okay? But like, let's say, okay, so I'll lay down some of an alcohol marker here. Let me bring you in just a tad so I can answer this question. So that's an alcohol marker, and this is not an alcohol marker. So they don't blend, but you can go over the top of them. So now I've got a totally different color. Do you see that? When I go over the top of the yellow, so they go together, sort of. Let me draw this out. This is the water-based marker, the pink one. And this is an alcohol-based. So if I go over the top of that with the alcohol-based one, it blends it out, bleeds it out. Do you see that? Changes it to a different color, depending on how much I add. One little quick swipe versus a whole bunch of swipes makes it turn orange. That makes a real light orange if I do just a quick. So yeah, you could go over that. Look at that. Make different colors. Check that out. That is super cool. We'll have to play with that more in the next video. I love that idea, Elise. You guys have the best ideas. So let me just bring these back out. Here's the two that we colored tonight. Oh my gosh, so fun. So much fun. I love hanging out with you guys. Here's all four of them in case you want to get into the store tonight, qualitycrafts.com. Click on the store and you can find these guys underneath the bug digis, or if you want to buy them as a bundle, they're also underneath the digi bundles. And the markers that I was using, for those of you guys who want to get yourself a set, because I use these for everything. These Zig pens I've had around forever and a day, and they're 0.5. 0.5 is like an average. That's like the size of about maybe a Bic Fine Point if you're looking for those. Which, by the way, is, let me see what the tips of these are. Extra fine. These are more like maybe a 0.3 or a 0.1. So these are much smaller. The colored markers right here. Somebody said that these are even cheaper now. You can get the 56 set for only $25.99. Amazon's prices do fluctuate, so if you want to get the 56 of these for $25.99, I would go now before they wake up in the morning and change their prices like they change their underwear. And get those before they change it. So these are the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pens, and they are not marked with a number. They're marked like small, extra small, medium, and brush, okay? The Micron pens, they come labeled with the numbers. So they come in like a 01, 02, 03, 05, 08, and then a 005, which is that teeny tiny one that we use to make the little hairs on his legs. So if you want one that teeny tiny fine, go with the Micron set of 1, 2, 3, 6. 6 markers. This is your best bet for that. Or you can buy Zigs. Same number, 05. Okay? So join me on Patreon if you want to feel the passion of me becoming full-time and having this channel stay on and be around for you guys into the future, because this is something that I'm really passionate about. So join me on Patreon for that. There's only one level, so no matter what you decide that what number pledge is right for you, starting at just $1 a month, which ends up to be like, you know, a couple pennies per video, which is really inexpensive. Up to whatever you want to give, there's just one flat tier. Everyone gets the same rewards. I just feel like if you can only afford to give $1, but someone else can afford to give $25 a month, it doesn't matter to me. If you're giving from your heart, you should get the same rewards. So I just switched over to a one-tier reward system. So I hope that makes it more available to other people to feel like they can opt into that type of thing. And then the bugs are on the store. Don't forget to go over to the blog. Please enter the blog. We only do it once a month, so you got an entire month to figure out what you want to do for your project or your card to get that entered in. And who knows, you might win the free digis from the sponsor for that month. And then also you want to get over to our community group, which is where you're going to find all the inspiration and the updates and that kind of thing. Now look, if you want to know what's going on in the community, you want to know when the new Digis are released, which by the way, I got involved in my new full-time job here that I had to jump into this fall, and completely spaced out that there is a Thankful Digi set releasing tomorrow. If you want to know about those and get the coupons, you want to go over to qualitycrafts.com, click on that store link, and at the very, very top, put your email in there. That is how you're going to get the community updates. That's how you're going to get the coupons so that you can get the Digi bundles. Probably this time around, it's not going to work out for me, but usually before everyone else and cheaper than everyone else. So I don't share that information with everyone on all things. So if you're seeing this now, opt into that email so that you can find that out, get that coupon code. So between the markers and the Digis and all that stuff, bring your projects over to Quality Crafts. See, I'm coming around full circle. I remembered. Go over to the Quality Crafts community on Facebook. We'd love to have you there. It's drama-free, commitment-free. I will put up an album just as soon as I'm done with this video so that you can post the Zentangle and the colorings that you did, because people want to be inspired and they want to see what you're working on. Okay, so that we can grow as friends, as a community, and help each other out. And you all know what I'm going to say because I think we're quite finished here. Just checking for last-minute things. Molly wants to know, can we have a video on how to download a Digi from the store to printing? I can do that, Molly. I'll try to get to that. Hopefully Penny's listening and she'll write this down for me so I don't forget. But that'll be the last question of the evening, and I can't wait to see you guys next video.